modern day and age, we are starting to see that our Earth is going through a crisis of deforestation.
The cause of deforestation is us because we want agricultural expansion, wood extraction, and infrastructure expansion, such as roads, buildings, and urbanization.
So, you guys like animals, right? I'm sure most of you have pets or would love to have some of these adorable creatures as pets of your own. Who would dare hurt such innocent beings? Okay, now take a guess as to which one of the 4 animals I just showed you are critically endangered because of deforestation. Okay, time's up. The answer is all of them. Deforestation devastates habitats and forces countless animals to relocate to areas they don't belong, disrupting both their own natural balance and the balance of the environment they're forced to flee to.
In the claim to deforestation that 100 world leaders are world promise to revert the deforestation by the year 2030, the COP26 summit's first reveal. There's more things they can do to help combat deforestation. Write or call to local senators about what they might do to combat deforestation.
Even if you're not a particularly vocal activist with loads of time to spare calling senators and campaigning social awareness, you can probably fit some of these things into your daily lives that are somewhat helpful in fighting deforestation. Firstly, buying from forest-friendly companies such as these ones right here. Eating less meat because meat production actually takes up a lot of farmland, and more farmland generally means less forest land. Also, avoid using single-use packaging and try to recycle more so that less trees are cut down to make more packaging that you could just reuse. Styrofoam containers, flimsy plastic bags, and plastic straws are some of the worst things you can buy, so maybe just don't order from places that sell those. And if you do order from those places, then just don't get those things in particular.
Now let's hear from our bystanders about deforestation.
Do you think there's a way that every student can help to end deforestation in any way they can?
Well, we can't really do much by ourselves, but there are still a lot of things that people just do normally, like emailing. Just use electronics more instead of paper. And even then, like I said, emailing. We can still email like these big companies that do deforestation and tell them pretty much not to. They still do a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we should just go like electronic, like instead of using assignments for like paper and stuff, we just do Google Classroom, Docs, you know.
Yeah.
That would really help.
Thank you.
How do you think deforestation is affecting us?
Well, it's definitely affecting people. People don't really think too much about it, but even like a couple of trees, it still affects a lot of the oxygen that they can produce. So we have a lot of protected forests, but there are still a lot of unprotected areas of land that just get destroyed, and that definitely affects the oxygen that we breathe.
Especially with all the wildfires that have been going on lately.
What do you think could be a solution to stop deforestation?
One big solution is pretty much set more like protected land, like a lot of set a lot of national parks, a lot of like areas like the Amazon forest. That's a large protected area.
I feel like districts could also help too with everything by making them more, making like schools more pro-electronic, less paper. You could start, because there's a lot of schools that can stop it.
Do you think there's any policies, like politics, that go into deforestation and how their views are affected by deforestation? Sorry, you want me to repeat again? Do you think that views of politics come into how deforestation is viewed by the public?
I would say so, yeah, because there are because there are 2 major political parties in the U.S. and there's always one that's for people, one that is for money, as I can see it as. And the one that's for people definitely does what the people want right now. The general public wants protected areas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the other one just wants to grow.
Yes.
So obviously people would want things for their political parties and what they think is right for their parties.
Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you.